ladies and gentlemen. Here is an up-close look at the Red Bluff Outlaws racing surface. This is officially our final race of 2023. Super excited to get after it, try to close out the year on top. And walking over this way, as you can see, we have a full stable of red factory QRC house cars competing tonight. So of course I have my normal teammate Landon Brooks, and then also joining us tonight is Kyle Larson in the 1K. So we got 3 beautiful looking race cars and 3 shots for factory QRC to be in victory lane. But here's kind of a look from more up top of the track. You guys know this place. Lots of craziness happens inside these 4 walls and definitely keeps the fans on the edge of their seats. Overall, I'm hoping tonight is a great opportunity for our sport, outlaw kart racing, to be seen by some new viewers. Of course, Kyle coming. There's going to be a lot of extra people watching, which is great. Hopefully it's a great show. We want to keep the 18T in the mix, you know, keep our car up front, out of trouble, try to control the race, and you know, do all that we absolutely can do. So here soon we're going to fire up cars, get in our fire suits, and then be on track to lay down a lap. Just climbed out of the car after qualifying, drew an early pill, so they're still finishing up with the second half. I think we have 45, 46 opens, and after I went out, I was second quick. Probably some of my best qualifying laps of the season as far as how I felt. Like, all my laps felt pretty consistent, and if I wanted to move around, you know, in the group that I was in, which is around the high side, whether I wanted to be more on the crease or almost a little bit higher, not into the curb, there's not really a cushion, but it is like fluffy. I could do that, and I felt comfortable both times, you know, kind of entering a little higher, entering a little bit lower. So we'll see where we end up. Race cars got a lot of speed. Still a little, you know, my laps were good. I was second, but I'm a 10th and a half off quick time. So trying to figure out in my head where that 10th and a half is at, because my laps didn't feel like I could have been too much better. But overall, see where we end up and what the racetrack does. So they're doing a little bit of track prep right now, just trying to smoothen out the top side of the racetrack. I don't know why, but compared to years past, the racing surface has definitely been consistently a little bit rougher. They worked on 3 and 4. They also touched up 1 and 2. Originally, we were sitting second after we went out, and we ended up bumping down to 5th. So a solid top 5 qualifying run for the 18T. That is now going to place us starting second row outside for our heat race. Starting 4th, we have to run in the top 2 to transfer into the A. So this is where it gets intense, is we have to figure a way to maneuver from row 2 to row 1, and you know, try to get into 3rd off the start, and then pass cars from there. And it's definitely a combination on making stuff happen, but also letting the race play out, and you know, just seeing what opportunities arise and you know, what holes kind of become available that you can try to put your car in, and like I said, advance towards the front. So rolling off from the second row of the heat race, that will be up next.
Running orders, Casey Smith and Tanner Holmes do battle for second here. Casey Smith trying to out-duel the 18T. You can be Smith back in a second with 5 down and 3 to run. Chase Hill leading the factory QRC 18T of Holmes, trying to get past the Fogarty Motorsports number 6 of Casey Smith. Smith, as of right now, retaining the position as Tanner petted up to 4th. Angelo Cornett the 5th.
small mistake there in that heat race cost me a transfer spot directly into tonight's A. So now we're gonna have to come through the B. You know, had a good first couple laps. Took advantage of a mistake by the car in front of me, got into second, and really was just trying to pace there. If I could catch the leader and make something happen, you can never get complacent in these heat races. But for me, I kind of just ran an okay pace. I saw a nose from third, and just because I didn't feel great on the top side, it was really dirty out there and rough in spots, and I just made a couple inconsistent laps. It's like, I wonder if there's something better on the bottom. Sure enough, I went down there, got to the center of the corner okay, and then I half spun. It's like my car just kept coming around as I got through the corner, and when I kind of slowed down to drive off straight, it just kept coming around. So anyway, that hurt us. So we ended up finishing third, lost that spot, tried to get it back, but also was careful to not push it too hard and put us farther back in the alphabet soup. As it was, third place is going to put us on the pole to B main, and the top 6 are going to transfer. So try to make a couple good laps in that, another opportunity to work on our car, and then be set up to move forward in the feature. More track work being done. They're about to roll the dashes. Luckily for us, we finished in the top 6 and transferred to the B. Wasn't pretty. We probably made one choice that was questionable with setup on our car as the track was starting to slicken off, and I just wasn't great on restarts firing off. Started on the pole, was running second, then fell to third and got in a bad position and finished fourth. Nonetheless, we did transfer, never had crazy pressure from the outside cars, but still, you never like to go backwards from the pole. So we're now starting 14th in this upcoming feature for 30 laps. We're going to make some adjustments that we did earlier in the season that I feel really confident with. Should help us just get some more drive. I struggle with that a little bit in the B, and when the track has been dirty, I feel like you're just sitting on top of it. So we're going to get the car in the track, get it to square up off the corner, and drive down the straightaway to carry more speed into the corner and make more overall grip because we can just get going faster. And then starting in the back, we just got to work on being patient and, you know, see openings, move forward, but also let the race play out in front of us. It's a good, healthy mix of both of those is what it takes to move forward at Red Bluff. So we're just about to get in for tonight's feature, where the next one's up in line for 30 laps inside the Pauly Davis Pavilion. Carly, my younger sister, she's also going to be rolling out. I think she starts 6th. We're rolling off from 14th. The main goal here is to be patient early, make as much happen as we can, and try to work forward. You really got to be careful about what you do, when you do it, when you get aggressive, when you kind of sit back and let other people maybe try to mix things up. Overall, happy with our car. The racetrack is still fairly fast. I mean, it's slowing down, it's slicking it off, but it is still a little soft, and that's just because they were tilling it up and getting a little bit of moisture back in it. So I'm sure the racing surface is going to change, and we're going to have to also be on top of that. Remember, in the karts we have a wing adjuster, so if I move the wing back, get a little bit more grip as the race goes on. Anyway, get out there, do our job, try to make something happen. our 2023 year of racing is now officially complete. They're already starting the process of tearing down this racetrack out of this building. They host a lot of rodeo and horse events in here, so they're going to be doing that in the meantime while we're not running here over Christmas and New Year's. Racetrack, gotta give it to them. I felt like it was a really good surface tonight. Bottom and top were both good. As usual, probably a little bit more speed up here, but you could still make the inside work. You just had to hit it, and you had to go probably slower than you think. Slower is faster on that side of the track. As for me, just kind of one of those nights where it's tough to swallow. You know, you always want everything to go perfectly. You know, the difference in our night probably was our heat race. You know, starting that far back in the feature, I think I probably got caught being too patient most of the race. I was on the inside of the racetrack because I got trapped down there a lot, but I also probably had a couple opportunities to get up top, but just with where cars were around me, a lot of guys were running up there, and I was trying to stay in the open lane because I was making some ground at times, but still it was never significant where I shot to where I needed to be and was in the right spot to cruise forward. And then the new rule, you know, they do a couple double file restarts, and then after 2 double file restarts, it's all single file. So that definitely hurt me, but we got a lot of good green flag laps in. It was just, you know, on paper I went 14th to 8th, but I definitely passed more than 6 cars. I just passed them, then I got in a bad spot, went backwards or was stuck on the inside. And I think I went back and then forward again, and then there was another crash, or there was a couple of small instances where I was just on the wrong end of the equation. Probably was back to 14th with 5 laps to go, somewhere in that range, and then passed some more cars and, you know, like I said, rallied back into the top 10. So of course, every time we show up inside this building, we expect to win, but that's just not how the game is always played. I think the most frustrating part about tonight was my car I felt really good. I just probably needed to do a little bit better job behind the wheel as far as, you know, making the race happen instead of hoping the race kind of came to me and I could take advantage of the opportunities. So the good news is I feel like we made a really good step in the right direction and made a change that we did earlier in the year, and it once again, you know, the repeatability, the consistency of it, it made our car more drivable. I could make the bottom work, which was a little bit of the slower lane, as I said, and then I was really good around the top. I just needed to get up there more and make it happen. But congrats to my teammate Landon Brooks. He won from the front row. I think Kyle started 16th and finished 6th, and he had a crazy alphabet soup run for the from the D main event. You know, you don't see stuff like that all the time. But overall, good night for the red cars. A good way for us to finish off 2023. A top 10 cars in one piece, and we survived Red Bluff. Deuces.